What has come into being in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. From the beginning of creation, it seems, light is what brings clarity and order to our lives. Darkness is a place of chaos, horrible things lurking in the shadows. I have good memories of my childhood bedroom. It was very small, one large step and you'd be on the other side of it. Yet, I was totally convinced, if I woke up early in the morning, that there was a monster, a very scaly thing, lying on the floor of my bedroom. And so, I dare not move. If I got really brave, I would go and turn on the lights. But usually not. I'd just wait for the sun to rise. And miraculously, the monster disappeared. It was a waiting game. The monster vanishes. It was not part of my thinking then to believe the monster was never there at all. But unlike imaginary monsters, there is darkness in our lives, in every one of our lives, either metaphorical or tangible. John's Gospel doesn't tell the Christmas story in a narrative way, a beautiful scene for us. He zooms ahead and tries to tell us the meaning of it, rather than just recording events. John describes Jesus' coming as a recreation, really. The world is now in light again, and forever. It will never be dark again. Now that's a big concept for a lovely Christmas morning, and it is a lovely Christmas morning. We know it will be dark again tonight. We know our lives will have those dark moments in the future. Life is like this. But I suppose the overriding concept, and one that we have to bring out on this Christmas morning, is that the light heralded in Jesus' birth can never be put out, even if sometimes it seems that way. Jesus was born into a dark and unfriendly world, which in some ways remained that way for quite a while, and still does in ways. But the difference is that everlasting light will not be put out. This is John's understanding of Christmas, and I hope, hopefully, ours. Jesus' birth was not in a perfect situation or a perfect time in history. It was a time that needed to be redeemed, as our time does. It needed light, as our time does. And sometimes I think we see best God at work, Jesus' presence, when there is darkness around us. You know, when we have bad news to deliver, we often stall. We try to wait for the right time, realizing that in the end, there is no right time. In God's way, there is no bad or wrong time for him to bring us good news of great joy. Whenever, whatever is happening, there's joy. God is ready to turn on the lights, whether we are ready or not. And that light remains on, no matter what events in our lives may try to put it out. God's light in Jesus not only scares away all monsters in our lives, but helps us see a way through the darker times to come. It is wonderful to remember Jesus as light and celebrate it on such a beautiful morning, having reminded ourselves of the story of Jesus' birth. Not a perfect time, but a beautiful time, from which God's light will never be extinguished. And this light is a love for us that will never end. God's love for us that never ends. To close, I steal some words from a former Bishop of Durham. It was the end of one of his Christmas sermons, I think. And he wrote, "To wish one another a happy Christmas is not, therefore, an attempt to whistle cheerfully in the dark. It is to speak with conviction and hope of the mystery of creation, and the mystery of birth, and of the mystery of ourselves, and of the mystery of love, who is at once beyond all and the baby within all."